the first speaker of the day. Good morning, everyone, and Mangal Prabhat. Subhanallah, and ladies and gentlemen. Second day of the yoga workshop on yoga for self-realization. Yesterday we had series of the lectures come demonstrations, and today you have eminent speakers from different fields. The first speaker, Sri Patanjali Garu, the inspiration behind a trust called Sadhana Sangama. Sadhana Sangama means those who give importance to only practice. Helps in creating healthy, harmonious and a happy society through appropriate integration of yoga, dance, music and art. By qualification, by education, he is an electronics engineer. And then he spent 8 years in Rishi Valley School in teaching. Rishi Valley School means you must be familiar with JK philosophy. And then I also read in another biography, he is a student of Swami Rama, where 1982 to 84, about 1 year I studied in Swami Rama's, who is so famous in the West, who demonstrated can regulate the temperature. With this, he traveled all over. Right from after this program, he has a 2-month schedule fixed for him in Europe and in America. He is very knowledgeable, down-to-earth personality, and he communicates now what Patanjali, what is the communication of the saint Patanjali. He has combined many techniques to give you the best. Now I invite Sri Patanjali Garu to take over the session. If he is comfortable, he can, sitting there, he can use a column mic. Yes, sir.
What, you can sit on this?
Yeah, I can sit on this. But it's okay. It's okay. Yes. Padatvanvam avang manasagoocharam rakta shukla prabhamishritam atarkyam traipuram maha yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatos hiranyagarbhat arabdham sheshav vyasadimadhyamam Swamishri Ramapadantam Vande Guru Parampara Vande Guru Parampara Vande Guru Parampara. With the blessings of divinity in all of us, with the blessings of unbroken lineage of the spiritual masters of the humanity, let us inquire together into what is self-realization how yoga can become a means in self-realization. Thank you very much. Good morning. Say good morning. Smile is the essence of spirituality. Seriousness is not the product of spirituality. If you become too serious and if you don't smile together, if you don't share the smile together, however great that sadhana may be, it is still not a sadhana. Because the very purpose of life is to expand the consciousness. Smile is a beautiful expression of that wonderful, unconditional joy. So friends, this 45 minutes, let us try to understand together what is self-realization through yoga. Before that, since it is the first session, I'll take you through a simple meditation technique for 10 minutes. Will it be okay for all of you? Shall we do that? Otherwise we'll be listening all through the day. I'll take you through a simple practice, self-explanatory practice. What you have to do is, you have to close your eyes and you have to keep listening to my words. Here, whenever we use the chair for meditation, very important thing is, you have to keep both the feet evenly spread on the carpet. Don't hang like this. It's not good for the feet. Keep like this. And don't use the backrest. Don't use the backrest. And simple requirement for any meditation is samam kaya shiro grivam. Keeping the back, neck, head along the same straight line. This is all required for meditation. The rest we have to go inside. Okay. Now, close your eyes, all of you. After closing your eyes for a minute, feel your entire being, your physical body, psychological body, emotional personality, every dimension of your personality, just feel, don't do anything. Detach from everything and learn to look at everything. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punah. The very essence of spirituality is asanga. Detach, detach and detach. So let us detach from everything and let us listen to everything. Art of listening. Don't bring your likes and dislikes. Don't bring your preconditioned mind, prejudiced mind. Just learn to listen to everything. The sound from outside, the noise from inside. Don't fight with anything. Don't judge anything, just listen. As you deepen the listening, you experience something mystically wonderful in you, and that is the silence. Silence is nothing but the eternity. In fact, it is only the silence that prevails, nothing else. Everything comes out of silence. Everything manifests through silence, and everything goes back to silence. It is the silence and silence only. That is the divinity, that is the eternity, and this is what we have to realize. We are all in the ocean of eternity, filled with vibrant healing power and the bliss. Let us slowly touch that silence just by dropping your mind completely. Don't fight, don't aspire, don't expect, just listen, feel, and touch the silence. It's a vibrant energy field. We are all part and parcel of that vibrant energy field. Now, with that experience, let us look at the body for a while. Body says, give me a posture so that I become comfortable. Now adjust both the legs. Distribute the body weight evenly on both the legs and the thighs. Now gently push every vertebra upwards. Keep it straight. Align your spine with the gravity. Balance your central axis with the universal axis. Now keep the neck and the head along the same straight line. After sitting comfortably, you have to do two important things. One is, drop all the voluntary activities that are going on. Moving the hands, opening your eyes, pushing back up and down. Every movement in the body is nothing but the movement of the mind. If your body is moving, means the mind is restless. So let us begin with the body. Let us drop all the voluntary activities consciously. This is what Patanjali says, sthira, physical stillness. After that, let us move on to the mind. Man is what the mind is. So during meditation, we have to create a new mind with new energy and the feeling. Now let us feel a beautiful emotion in the mind, that is santosha, santrupti, ananda. Feel you are contented, you are really happy. Experience, Lord is giving what I deserve completely, not what I am desiring. Whatever I deserve, Lord is blessing me. I am so happy. I am so contented. Let me thank the Lord for blessing me what all I deserve. The very mind brings transformation, revolution in you. Sthira Sukha Asana. After doing this, now slowly become aware of your breathing. Focus your awareness on Sushumna Kendra, that is, root of your nose. Left nostril, right nostril. Between left and right, there is a middle wall. The middle wall is merging with the upper lip. That is the Sushumna Kendra. So now, let us focus our awareness, our attention, our drishti on Sushumna for 30 seconds. Dharana. This is also called Sushumna application. When you focus on Sushumna, automatically your mind becomes silent. All the restless activities slowly drop. You experience samabhava in you. Now with that preparation, let us breathe 10 times deeply. Maybe 10 seconds you inhale and 10 seconds you exhale. While inhaling, don't make any sound, no jerks, no noise, and no pause. As you inhale, you feel you are drawing divine healing light inside. As you exhale, you feel all the impurities, mental disturbances, negative emotions, you are throwing them out. Pranayama is nothing but purification, energization, and harmonization. So when you do pranayama, you have to bring the anushasana, the discipline. So inhale 10 seconds with the feeling divine healing power is entering. As you exhale 10 seconds, as if all the suppressed emotions, toxins are going out. Do it consciously. Pranayama is not an exercise, but it's a process of energization, process of connectivity. After maybe 10 rounds, you slowly shift your awareness onto Sahasrara, the crown of your head, and focus again 30 seconds. A very powerful energy center, drawing energy from thousands of directions. Unfortunately, it has become insensitive because we are not activating it. So slowly focus And now you feel there is a blue sky, Chidakasha, filled with blue light, infinite blue sky. And everywhere you see the blue light without any clouds and shades and the movement. And experience that expansive beauty of the sky. And in that space, you feel your presiding deity, your Ishta Devata. And let us offer a prayer in the form of mantra. You repeat after me. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With the blessings of divinity, now rub both the palms, massage both the eyes, and slowly open the eyes. Thank you very much. Look around for a while.
That's great stuff.
Self-realization through yoga. The word realization means to realize something. It means it is already there. So what is there, that we have to realize. What is not there, we cannot realize. Please see this. It means in our journey, one thing is very certain, that it is there. It is there. So we have to start the journey with this confidence that it is there, let me realize it. It is there, let me discover it. Moment I experience this, that it is there, let me realize it, it is there, let me discover it, then the mind gathers itself positively in the journey. Otherwise, the mind gets into all types of vagueness and mind loses its orientation. Here, Patanjali Yoga Shastra is going to play a very vital role. I don't know in 10-15 minutes what to share, but I just share few points. Patanjali, a great scientist, called all his friends together, research scholars, and made them to study all the details about the yoga practices available at that time. and then started experimenting on themselves and came out with a scientific approach and then put them, the entire science, in 4 chapters: Samadhipada, Sadhanapada, Vibhutipada and Kaivalyapada, in 196 sutras. Sutra means is like a formula. So what is to be done with the sutra? Sutra is like the undercurrent, unseen energy that is flowing. In the mala, in the garland, you don't see the thread, but without thread, no flower is going to be in its place. So as a sadhaka, I should not really worry about the flowers. But what I have to really concentrate is the unseen current that is flowing through. From the Sutra 1 up to the last Sutra, Chiti Shakti Riti, Patanjali has given us a puzzle to find out. And that is, what is there inside the Sutra? And Patanjali says, to study, to understand the Sutra, you put the Sutra in your mouth and keep chewing the Sutra. Not through commentary or anything. Just put it and keep chewing, 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 chewing. When you start chewing, then each sutra is going to give us a message. You know what is that message? Message is freedom, freedom and the freedom. This is the only message every sutra is giving us. This is the only essence the entire Shastra is giving us. Kevalata, you are free, you are free, you are free. But the problem is, I am not free. You see? The fact is, I am not free. So Patanjali says, freedom is your nature. You have to realize that you are free. To realize that you are free, you need not do a lot of circus. Then what is to be done? Patanjali says, start with Atha. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. What is Atha? Atha, many commentators have given many interpretations. But the simple interpretation, I think, what we have to understand as sadhaka is Atha means now. Now is Atha. Now means there are 3: past tense, present tense and the future. Most of the time, if you look at your personality, your thinking process, either we are in the past or in the future, never ever in the space of now. Always, I know is blocking me to see what it is. Please see the beauty of it. I know it. I know Yoga Shastra. I know this man. I know that man. I know is the block. Patanjali says, we are starting the journey. Before the journey, we might have acquired a lot of things, lot of ideas, notions, concepts, as far as knowledge is concerned, and lot of memories, experiences, prejudice, opinions, judgments and images, as far as the psychological dimension is concerned, we have been carrying. And every past is making me to go on to the future, not able me to stay in the space of now. For example, the relationship with your wife, with your children. Please see, I know my wife. The very statement I know my wife means I am not looking at my wife. Are you seeing it? I challenge. We have not seen our partners. You may throw stones at me. What nonsense. 20 years, 30 years we have been living together, staying together? No. You have seen only once before the marriage. After the marriage, you have not seen your partner. You are seeing whatever image you have created about the partner. The image is there in the mind, and that image you are seeing. My wife is this, my husband is this, opinions, judgments, but you are not actually seeing. So there is reality before you. You are not seeing the reality because between you and the reality there is a thick wall of prejudices, preconceived notions, images, experiences, judgments, whatnot. So every time, whenever I try to see, I see through this thick. When I see like this, how can I see, think as it is? Then how can I realize what is there? I am not able to realize my true self because the true self is completely covered. For example, we are all sitting on the chair, and below the chair there is a carpet, and below the carpet there is the floor. The floor is always unseen, is it not? Unseen. But we don't know on which floor we are sitting. On which floor? Whether it is mosaic flooring, or the marble flooring, or granite flooring, or the diamond flooring, we don't know on which floor we are sitting. If I want to really realize the base, the ground on which I am sitting, so what I have to do? What I have to do? I have to get up, right? I have to disturb myself. I have to come out of the comfort which I am enjoying. Then I have to remove the chair. I have to tear the red carpet, very costly. Now tell me, who is going to do all this? The carpet cost thousands of rupees. You want me to tear the carpet? In the same way, we have earned so many things in our lives, and all are stored. And this storehouse is called Chitta. Chitta. And it is the Chitta that is reacting. Chitta Vritti. It is not the true self that is reacting, it is the Chitta that is reacting. Chitta means the content. Content that is reacting. Please see the beauty of it. I have kept a beautiful monumental piece, a Taj Mahal, in my room made out of glass, and since 20 years I have been looking at it and enjoying and experiencing it, that my friend gave me this and all those things. So the mind is full of all the emotions and everything. One day my son, maybe 5 years, 6 years old, he comes and while playing, he makes that Taj Mahal to drop, and it breaks into pieces. What happens to me at that time? You ask yourself. What happens to me at that time? What do I do with my son? What do I do? Please tell me. What do I do? I shout, I give a tight slap, and I throw the son out. Now ask yourself, did you really do this? The answer is no. Then who did it is the question. If you have really done this, then you don't go through any repentance. After 15 minutes, you go and you collapse on the chair, and then, array, why did I hit my child? Yesterday my son was down with high fever. What did I do? Then ask this question. Who did this? Did you do this, or somebody else did on behalf of you? It means there are two people who are working. Two entities that are working constantly. One is the mere self and another one is the true self. It is the mere self that is that has taken the domination. Since I don't have the time, I just convey this. Chitta Vritti Nirodha is the technique for self-realization. Patanjali has given hundreds of techniques. I wanted to cite about 7, 8, but I don't have the time. So Patanjali has given many techniques, and the first technique is it possible for me to empty the mind, all the contents? Meditation is nothing but the process where I empty the mind completely. Empty means I have the contents are there, my habits are there, my memories are there, prejudices are there, experiences are there. Please see this. So many things are there, and they are doing everything. My habit is dealing with the external world. My image is dealing with the external world. My status is dealing with the external world. I am not dealing anywhere. My existence is not at all there. They are existing. Patanjali says, when you allow them to operate, how can anybody come to know that what you are? So Patanjali says, Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Can you stop all these movements, the impulsive reflexes that are coming out of you? Then how to do that? A simple practice. First you see, then you act. Most of the time what we do, we act and then we see. Please see this. Action takes place, then we see. So what is yoga? Not merely doing asanas and pranayama and all those things. 24 hours you can engage yourself in self-realization. Very simple. Try to see first, and then you allow the reaction to take place. Then you know what happens. From the impulsive behavior where the action takes place, then the perception follows. That shifts to intelligent behavior where you see, then the reaction follows. And this reaction is no longer remain as a reaction, this remains as a response. This becomes a response. So what is response? Response means complete accountability. In reaction there is no accountability. That's why we go through hurt, guilt, repentance, whatever. Please see this. That is because there is no accountability. I am not accountable for that, what has happened. Whereas here, when the intelligent process starts happening, this is yoga, then slowly you will realize that you are entering into the activity zone. Then what happens? Patanjali says, Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. When the speed drops to minimum, for example, the fan is moving with great speed. When the fan is moving with a great speed, yes. When it is with that speed, you can't see the wings of the fan, the color of the fan, what is written on the wings. As the speed starts reducing, as you start reducing the speed, then you start seeing the fan, the wings of the fan. And when the speed comes to zero, you can see everything. You can study everything. So Patanjali says, or yoga says, Manah Prashamana Upayaha. To realize myself, I have to do this. Manah Prashamana Upayaha. I have to slow down the speed of my mind. I have to slow down. For this Patanjali, in the same Samadhipada, at the end, gives many techniques. Chitta Prasadana techniques. And he starts giving, you do this, if you can't do this, you do that, if you can't do that, you do, so many techniques he gives. And finally, what technique he gives? Beautiful technique. See the freedom Patanjali has given, because Patanjali, I am using word is a scientist. Patanjali, even now the Patanjali exists. So Patanjali is a scientist. You know what technique he gives? Yatha abhimata dhyanadva. Whatever you want to do, you do it. See to it, you bring chitta prasadana, pacification of the mind. Somehow you bring your mind to the zero velocity. How you do it, that is left to you. By eating pickle, if your mind comes down, you do that first. And somebody in one of the classes asked me, Guruji, if that's so, if I take a peg, my mind will come. You want me to take the peg? I told him, as a medicine you take it, there is nothing wrong in that. But don't get addicted to it. It is the addiction, not taking. You can take anything on this earth, let me tell you, provided you have the strength to take it and then drop it. If you don't know how to drop it, don't touch it. So he says, Yatha abhimata dhyanadva. You do anything. If you go by going for a long walk, if your mind calms down, do that. So in this way, Patanjali, in the Samadhi Pada, it's a beautiful word, Samadhi. He did not start with Sadhana Pada. Samadhi means harmony. Harmony. Patanjali says, Yoga Samadhi. Yoga means Samadhi. Samadhi means harmony. What is harmony? Integration. What is integration? My body, my mind, my intellect, my emotions, all join together and say one thing, experience one thing, and do one thing. That is harmony. And Patanjali says, Yoga Samadhi. Yoga means harmony. Harmony at 3 levels. Harmony with one's own self. Please see this, there is no harmony in me. I want to get up in the morning, I keep the alarm, everything. Alarm rings, I don't get up. One part of my mind says get up, another says don't get up. One part of my mind says keep the back, neck, head along the same straight line. Another part says no, I am not going to let you keep your back straight. So there is constant conflict. And the conflict is going on. This is dvandva. And while doing asana, what happens? Tataha dvandva anabhigataha. All the conflicts will start going away. So friends, this is Samadhi. He has given a beautiful name. Samadhi means Samahita Bhava, Samadhana Bhava. That is the premise of self-realization. If you don't develop this Samadhi Bhava, self-realization, I cannot realize that which is there. Then he takes us to Sadhana Pada. I just take 2-3 minutes and complete it. Sadhana Pada. In the Sadhana Pada, Patanjali is not giving any choices. In the Samadhi Pada, he has given all types of choices. You do this, if you can't do that, you do this, if you can't do this, then whatever you want to do. But see to it, your mind calms down and takes up the journey. What a wonderful psychologist, psychoanalyst, Patanjali. Please see this. We as yoga students, let me tell you, we have to study Patanjali Yoga Shastras. It's a wonderful science of human integral beauty. Then comes the Sadhana Pada. In the Sadhana Pada, Patanjali straight away takes us to the action, this one, yoga of action, Kriya Yoga. Tapa Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Kriya Yoga. He says tapa, self-discipline, Swadhyaya, self-study, and Ishvara Pranidhana, self-awareness. If you bring the traditional touch, then the Ishvara will come and Deva will come and all those things come. But Patanjali has not introduced any that concept here. So here, self-discipline, the journey starts with self-discipline, tapa, then swadhyaya, then I have to start studying my own self. For example, I put a discipline. The discipline is tomorrow I am going to observe Mauna. Then this Svadhyaya begins. What happens? What happens? Some of us, while talking, we use the word you know, you see. Now what is tapas I have to do? You make a sankalpa, I am not going to use the word you see and I am going to talk. Then the Swadhyaya will start. There is gap. The thoughts are not continuous. The flow is not there. This is where I have to study and how I can bring the flow. Then pratyaya ekatanata dhyana is going to take place. Then the awareness is going to take place. So this is Patanjali is talking about. Then he takes us, what are the blocks in self-realization? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. These five are the blocks which we are all going through. And for the self-realization, how to thin away these blocks. He says, Pratiprasava. Take a technique where you move back. From the Abhinivesha, you move back to Dvesha. From Dvesha to Raga. Raga to Asmita. Then you will be able to see Avidya. Then he goes on to Ashtanga Yoga. There he makes it very clear. Yoganga Anushtanat Ashuddhikshaye Jnana Deeptihi Aviveka Khyate. He says, why we have to do Yoganga? He says, for two reasons. One is, Yoganga Anushtanat Ashuddhikshaye. All the impurities that are blocking me, that are killing me, bringing all types of misery. This Ashuddhi has to go. Impurity has to go. So when we start doing Ashtanga Yoga, all the impurities they have to thin away. For that Yama Niyama we have to do. Then Jnana Deeptihi. There is already intelligence in all of us. And this intelligence has to brighten up. Deeptihi. It has to brighten up. And when it starts brightening up and expanding, then finally this has to merge with the cosmic intelligence. When it merges with the cosmic intelligence, then the Viveka Khyati will start working through us. Then Ritambara Prajna will develop in us. Then that is the beauty of yoga. That is the beauty of yoga. So friends, it's a wonderful conference. We are all assembled here to realize ourselves. And I would say, if you study Patanjali Yoga Shastra in a scientific way, not attaching too much religious and all those things into it, then you are going to study your own self. When you start studying your own self, you realize who you are. And once when you realize who you are, and in that realization, nothing changes in the external world, but everything changes in your attitude. And you become free. World is not going to change. Sun is going to be the same. The tree is going, all are going to be same. Your family, your wife, your children, your people around you, they don't change. Don't expect any change there. Your attitude, your relationship, your connectivity changes. And that is the freedom we have to experience it. With this, I thank you all. I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity. Sorry, Kumarji, I took a little bit more time. And we have an organization in Bangalore, and we are running a school also. In the month of May, we conduct the camp. This time the residential camp is Love and Family Life. What is family? How to build up a good family relationship. And the brochures are available. If you are interested, please collect the brochures. Visit Bangalore sometime. Thank you very much. Masters bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you indeed. The next speaker, we are running because